I need to understand what is happening on the WWE SmackDown roster right now. So simply from a tag team perspective, ever since the Wyatt Six became tag team champions, I feel like that faction has broken SmackDown's tag team division. Like they had a good revival, everything was good. Like after last year's WrestleMania, Street Profits did their thing, and they had that three-way ladder match with DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. We had good rhythm. I haven't seen poetry like that in quite some time. And then we had regular feuds, we had competition, we had all these different teams going after each other, and now we don't have any of it. I know, again, I respect the body of work that Bray Wyatt has brought to the WWE, but we have to get to a point where we have to honestly admit that the Wyatt Six is not allowing anything to progress. There's nothing happening with them. Personally, I feel like the supernatural stuff kind of died out and stopped working after Undertaker retired, Kane retired, Bray Wyatt passed. I feel like that torch of supernatural stuff might need to be put to the wayside. I don't mind going back into the vault and seeing the stuff that Undertaker and Kane did back in the day, but for today's product, I don't think it works because that level of commitment, the level of detail for kayfabe is no longer there anymore, so you have to evolve with the business. And I don't think the Wyatt Six is able to pull it off. They have to find a way to be impactful on SmackDown without the Tag Team Championships because they're not really doing anything. They're feuding with the MFTs, which is another faction that's not currently over because they're not doing anything. They haven't achieved anything in my eyes. Right? You start attacking a couple teams and there's no reward after that. I feel like the booking of Tala Tonga has been terrible. Every interaction he has with Eric Rowan, he's basically lost. He gets clothesline over the top rope every single time, and they're not utilizing the big man like he's supposed to be. If you're 7'1", 7'2", use him as such. You can't be losing all of these interactions every single time. So again, they're not over. I feel like since JC Mateo has come over, like again, he hasn't really done anything. Like in the indies and the other promotions, he was an established badass. He had dominance, he had strength, and now he's just a lackey, and we're not seeing any promos, we're not seeing any progression. The MFTs are a flop. But I want to focus mainly on the Wyatt Six. I had to bring up the MFTs because they're closely bound together at this point in time, and nothing's really happening with either of them. But we need to get the tag team division back on track. We need to see the Street Profits. Whether we figure out what we're doing at Montez Ford, and if he's going to be an Angelo Dawkins, if we're going to figure out if they're going to stay at tag team or if they're going to go on a singles route. But we need to bring these guys back. Motor City Machine Guns. The team's not being utilized on the SmackDown roster. Like, we have tag team belts and these guys are ranking up numbers. I just seen on Twitter they've been holding the championship for 187 days, but they haven't really been on the brand. And I think I've only seen them defend the championship once. There's no play there. There's no move there. We need a shake up. We need to fix things. And if you want these guys to be a dominant faction, then make them dominant. But right now, I don't see the purpose of having 4 guys and a girl in one faction, and Nikki Cross is not even having any matches with anyone in the women's division. Like, overall, the faction doesn't really even make any sense. Like, for a group like that, they should be doing more terrorizing backstage, and they can make this storyline very much so engaging, right? What I would get behind is all these tag teams wanting to get their chance, and they join in together like they were doing previously, and they attack them in bunches and try to get them out of there, and then we could see if they can prevail from out of that predicament. But right now, we're not getting anything productive from them. Nothing at all. Like, who are the number one contenders? The MFTs, and if the MFT wins, then what? Because I'm assuming the feud doesn't end. They're the only 2 factions on SmackDown, so it's either they're gonna run it back continuously, or and one of the factions need to go on to another show or essentially disband. There's no progression. There's nothing left for them. So again, there's no disrespect to the Wyatts, no disrespect to Bo Dallas. And honestly, at this point, I'd prefer the Uncle Howdy character to just retire and he just be Bo Dallas. Whether he wants to take on a Bray Wyatt-like persona, I can get behind that, or if he wants to be his own man and do his own thing. But past the tribute now, like I think it's done. I don't think it's working. I don't think they're over, and I don't think there's anything left. So that's something I would like to see change. I'd like to see a title change soon, so that way we can have activity in the tag team division once again on SmackDown.